They say this is a big rich town.
Sitting on the pod, the waves look odd. What you saying? West Ham's got snod, he didn't play.
Let's get this episode underway. Kamara, are you ready?
Yeah, I am ready. Welcome back to the Binge Podcast with myself, Kamara, Joey,
Yo!
Ben,
What's up?
and Kine.
Hello.
How is everyone?
All right, man. Lockdown's eased up and all of that, so, we're free. We can go out and play.
Yeah, I'm good. No more queuing at the supermarket because everyone's at Primark. So good time.
Yeah, and there's still a bit of summer left. The weather is okay. I'm going out to the park. It's all right.
Yes, I think it's been nice. The weather over the last couple of days had actually been quite nice. So hopefully it stays like this, once the quarantine times lifts and that.
Listen, I need to top up my tan. I'm like sun-kissed, so I need to get that rest of that summer still going, you know what I'm saying? Matic.
All right, so first episode done. Don't know. Shout out all the followers that followed and that.
Yeah.
Shout out everyone that showed love as well. We
Appreciate that,
you.
guys. Appreciate that.
So we made it to round 2, guys.
Big up.
We feel the love.
Jeez. All right, so what's on the agenda today? What's today then?
So for this episode, we're going to be talking about a Netflix original TV show called Sex Education.
Let's talk about sex, baby.
No. That's the wrong song. It's Sex Education Classic. Bad cutter.
Yeah, so as we all know, if you have seen it or you haven't seen it, this is going to be a spoiler alert. So if you haven't seen it, I'm so sorry, but we're going to be spilling all the tea on what's going to be happening in this show. So Sex Education is two teens, but also a group of other teens that all go to a high school called Mordell High. And basically two teens start a sex therapist, sex advice business, and they basically give sex advice to their fellow classmates, basically. And it basically just revolves around that, basically. So, yeah. So leading off that, one of our main characters is Otis. So as the whole show revolves around sex education and sex advice, would you go to someone like Otis to get sex advice?
No way.
A fellow classmate. Like,
No way.
who would go to a fellow classmate? Like, that information is not staying between them four walls. So I wouldn't personally.
Otis as well. To go to someone like Otis, I can't lie. If it was like the confessional type and I didn't like see him, it would have been like, all right, cool. But if I saw him, I would instantly think, bruv, have you even lips to go? Because how you giving bad advice if you ain't even like French kiss or that like that? Bro? So
Well, to be fair, I think it went quite well. And I think the only reason why I think it went so well is because he's one of those people that isn't popular, but he's not popular, but he's like that weird phase where everyone knows who he is, but he's not popular enough for anyone to care about his thoughts. And I think that's probably why it kind of worked, because like he was just that guy that everyone knew, but yeah, like you always have that one person that everyone knows, but he's just cool. And I think he's a good person to go through for advice just because his mum is a sex therapist. So he just kind of knows that knowledge.
That's gonna help, innit? Oh, so how did you get into this stuff? Oh yeah, well my mum does it. Well, fair enough then. So guys, hey, look, let's be honest here, guys. What do you guys think of his mum? Because his mum moves mad. Like if my mum was like his mum, I don't even know. I think I'll just leave home. I'll be like, you know what, mum, you do you, I'll do me, because she's coming home with a next guy every other day. She's got weird couples coming and talking about their fetishes. There's pictures of penises and vaginas everywhere and stuff. Like, and then anyone who comes around from his school for like homework wise, they stick it on his mum because she's paying. They're like, oh, your mum's national. I'm like, no, stress.
he has to take down all them sculptures and statues and stuff just when people are coming over. Imagine that. That's so long. And his mum's so intrusive. Like, imagine going to your friend's house and your mum's like, "Yeah, what you guys up to? Like, what you do?" Like, you're gonna be like, what's wrong with your mum? Like,
Yeah.
that is so weird. And because when we meet Otis, obviously the guy's having issues with, how do you say it nicely? Podcast appropriate. He can't get himself off in it. So I don't know. So his
can't bust
mum's
it up.
trying to get to the bottom of it, and it's so weird. Like, I don't know.
But I guess for her, she thinks it's a natural thing. But I guess she kind of mixes her professional life with her personal life, and she's quite intrusive. Like, as your mum, you don't expect your mum to be like, "Otis, so how is everything going right now? I know that you've been leaving tissues, but there's not really much going on there." Like, that is not right. But I think this is where it's like there's a blurred line between her job and her personal life.
Her relationship with her son. Yeah.
Separate it.
Who don't do that though? Everyone brings their like job into their social life. Do you get what I mean?
And her office is in the house, so yeah.
But do you know how awkward that is? Like, I can't lie, yeah. Imagine your mum knocks on your door. She's like, "Oh yeah, can I just have a quick chat?" And you're thinking, yeah, what did I do? Like, I didn't wash that enough. I didn't. And she's like, "I noticed that you don't masturbate." What? Sorry?
In it.
I'll be like, I think you're in the wrong room. I think you need to leave.
Nah, trust. Like, but the thing is, yeah, it shows you their relationship because, right, so he has a problem with busting a nut, okay? Because if he experienced something peak when he was a kid, because he witnessed his dad cheating on his mom and which is obviously going to mess anyone up. So anytime he gets close to being aroused, he just freaks out because he thinks of that. Okay, cool. But it shows the relationship between him and his mom because he feels like he needs to fake him masturbating.
True.
Just to make him seem normal.
So mad.
Like his mum would know that anyway. Like his mum would know that he masturbates. Like what? Like listen, that's one of those conversations you never have with your mum. Oh yeah, mum. When I was a teenager and used to live back at home with you, like, did you know that? Come on, that no. No one has that conversation. So she clocked that he's faking it, and that's when you're right, Joel. She sticks it on him, and she's like, "I understand that you're pretending to masturbate." I'd stress. I'd freak out.
It is stress, on top of being in sixth form and being a loser at school. That's hella stress. Hella stress. Like, you already got enough on your plate. Like, the universe ain't being kind to you. And then you have your mum on your case, but...
Well, let's go back a little bit then. So we're saying Otis started up a sex therapist thing, sex education, in school. Now he accidentally fell into this, innit? Am I correct? Because so he was doing homework for Adam, which we just spoke about. Adam is the school bully, a bit of a drip. No one actually likes him, and his dad's the head teacher. To get what I mean, so he's that guy. He doesn't do any work, so he's got Otis to do some homework for him. What happens? He comes around to Otis's house, clocks all these penises and stuff, and then he goes. He's like, "Bro, why's your mum got a sex dungeon?" And obviously he's like, it's not. And then like, "Bro, why don't you tell me your mum's hot?" And he was like, "What?" So then when he had an issue, so he's going out with what's his girl's name?
He's with Lily. No, not Lily.
No,
He's with
Amy, yeah, the one with the
big teeth.
Yeah, a bit ditzy. So like what? His issues with her, innit? What's his issue again?
Doesn't he have issues like,
finishing off?
That's the right word. So doesn't he go to he goes to Otis' house to get the homework, but then he finds out that his mum is actually a sex therapist, and doesn't he ask him for advice? And then that's where that triggers that whole business, and then Otis helps him with that whole stuff, right?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like he has an issue with his girl where he can't bust either. Do you know what I'm saying? So then he's like, you know what? Let me just ask Otis, because he's like he goes I can't remember what happened. Remind me. Was
crazy.
he in school? Yeah, he goes crazy. Was he in school? I'm pretty sure that he was doing a thing in like one of these classrooms that was freed up,
Yeah.
and he went all mad or saying, and then he just freaked out. So Otis ended up having a chat with him in that weird, abandoned, rundown toilet.
Yeah. Do you know what I
Yes.
remembered? He took
Yeah.
Viagra. That's what I remember. He took it, and it was erected for a very, very, very long time.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Very, very, very.
very.
Long time. I like how
Yeah.
you did that.
So that I forgot about that. Yeah. So then he went a bit mad, and then everyone in the canteen saw it, and it's apparently allegedly super, super massive. So everyone was really surprised.
Yeah, my guy's got a third leg.
They did. How did they describe it? Like two Coke cans. stacked
2
on each
Coke
other.
cans.
But yeah, so he was the reason. He was the reason why it was a success. Yeah, it started. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, but the thing is, if you clock, yeah, Otis is lucky because he got the skills from his mum. Nah, he was all good to just give advice because obviously Otis is that, as you guys would say, irrelevant guy in school.
Mm.
But then someone comes along and they're like, yo, cuz, we can make pizza out of this. And that's when it all begins, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Introducing Maeve.
Maeve.
Our brains behind the
The
whole
school
business.
bad girl, innit? But she's not really a bad girl.
Yeah, she's fronting, man.
She's
fronting.
she's funny, and she's so like just herself, unapologetically herself, even though everyone wants to get under her skin, and she's a very bright girl. Clearly, that's why they're making money. Like, people are paying them £20 for a little session. It's like a 10-minute session. So they were getting money. Yeah, they were getting money.
That's a good Nando's meal,
Exactly.
For two.
For a chat.
Dessert, bro. Like,
Trust.
so she's the brains behind it. But
Let's be real, yeah. Like, describing who she is, yeah. Maeve is that girl that people secretly fancy, innit? Like, they're like, oh yeah, I like Maeve, but they won't say nothing because all these rumors that got spread around about her, making her look like a bad person, and da-da-da-da-da. They're like, I ain't saying to no one that I think she's nice, da-da-da-da. But if she stuck it on them, hands down, they'd be like, they'll crumble. They would crumble massively.
Any day.
Of course, she had like what? She had like Jackson on a leash. Jackson was all there.
Yeah, how did they get together?
They just around.
stumbled across. They just stumbled across each other, didn't they?
No. Did Otis set them up, or did Otis just mend?
No, I remember them in the car doing their own thing.
I think it was a thing before we got introduced to them, right?
Yeah, we just saw that. Yeah, they had a thing, and then he was all of a sudden like, I wanted to be my girlfriend.
I can't remember what it was. I think it's something to do with the house party at the beginning, the one where Eric was sucking off a banana. I think because they went upstairs and did a thing. But I think in school, the ones where you pass corridor and they connect eyes.
Yeah.
It was them ones, and I think that's when she was. I'm pretty sure she turned around to him and was just like, "Yeah, what is it? What are you saying?" And he was like, "All right," and that was it. So they did it, but then she was literally just doing it to just enjoy herself. But then he caught feelings, man.
Yeah, she was happy for it to stay on the down low, and because of who he is in the school as well, like. He's the star athlete in the school and everybody loves him and he's friends with everyone. So I think that initially it didn't sound like a good idea, but hey, he went head over heels.
Yeah, and I think also because like you said, Kinney, like he is the school athlete, the popular guy. And Mavis just chill, man. She's not really about that life. Like she just wants to go to school, chat to her mates, Amy, and do her work and do her time, like come like prison, like come do your time and you leave. So I think that's kind of what she was about. And I don't know, I just feel like Jackson was on another thing and she wasn't feeling it.
No, yeah, he was causing it. They were good while it lasted.
Yeah, But I appreciate that they showed her backstory as well, because obviously with Maeve, she had a lot of responsibility that we didn't even clock until obviously they introduced it to us. Because when she was making all the money and everything, now, I don't know about you guys, but to me, if I'm making money at that age, I'm looking to buy PlayStation games, or I'm looking to obviously go choice. You know, choice, innit?
Trust.
The legs
Of
and
course,
that.
bro.
But obviously, behind the scenes, Maeve is trying to pay rent and that.
Yeah, man.
So
Yeah.
it's like, okay, yeah, no, there's clearly something about this girl here. Like, she's got her head screwed on. She's smart, but she's just frosty. That's what it is. She doesn't like talking to people. That's what it is.
Yeah, but that's the reason why I think everyone rates her though still, because she's one of those ones where she knows everyone badmouths her. She knows that that's the case, but she just does her. She's bare smart. She earns money from doing homework because she's that smart, but no one in the school actually clocks it. Then she clocks his business with Otis, and she's like, "Cool, more money, say nothing." But she's had a hard life, so therefore she has to pay rent because she's got her own little place, a caravan even. Do you get what I'm saying? So like, fair play, man. She people like that who know how to graft always will should go far in life because they know how to do it the hard way. But I mean, guys, Otis caught feels, man, quick, early on.
Yeah, do you know him and Maeve? Yeah, it's annoying because like they had so much opportunities in the beginning, but they had to do that typical thing where there's a secret that is going to ruin it all. Like Jackson going to Otis to get Maeve, and he tried to manipulate the situation, but unfortunately, it didn't work out in his favor. Like, and what sixth form do you go see boys singing in the canteen to get girls? And it works. Okay.
Glee.
This UK.
Literally.
But, yeah, so I don't know, man. But we love Maeve, so I get it. And it was so obvious. I don't know why she ignored it.
Yeah, no, it was definitely annoying because like, it's like you said, like you were just kind of waiting for it to happen. But even when he was setting up Jackson, it was kind of like, fam, like, just turn around to the girl and say, do you know what? I'm feeling you. What you saying? But it's like, the thing is, there are people like that, and like they haven't got the confidence. So it's like, I would rather indirectly set someone up knowing that it's not going to work out and then try and be Superman. But then it's like, bro, if you just said, yeah, I'm feeling you, what you saying? You would have had your chance and it would have been patterned from early. But
What would you do?
for me, I'll face my books, bro. I'll study for my next step. No, I'm joking. In all fairness, yeah, I would just stick it on her. Like, I'll
You
be
got
like, look,
you got confidence, yeah?
yeah, bro, I'll be like, this is how I'm feeling. What you say? And if she's like, no,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, oh, okay then. It's all
Yeah,
right.
but Maeve, like,
Uh,
as a woman like Maeve, yeah, and you know how Otis is, she should have shot her shot, to be honest. She left it too late. She left it way too late. In this 2020 girl,
Isn't it? 2020, get your man.
isn't it?
but she wasn't clocking how her relationship with Otis was blossoming. So obviously now, for Otis's perspective, some girl who is classed as hot, but has just and no one wants to mess with because she'll just bang you in your face. She's come up to him, approached him for the business. He's like, "Rah, this girl's giving me attention." Equal feels quick, of course. So that makes sense. Does it not make sense? Like, so of course he's gonna catch feelings. Like some girl that's never spoken to you before, and she's one of the hottest girls in school, and now she's like with you all the time, and you guys are getting on. You're gonna start fancying her, innit?
But the thing is, you said a key point there. She'll bang him in the face. Now, I feel like the main reason he didn't slap it on her is because he was intimidated. Like, he's
Yeah.
probably thinking, if I say to this girl, oh, yeah, like, you're nice, what are you saying? She might just right hook me, and that's my whole school career done because I'm on the floor KO'd.
Trust,
True.
trust. But she's intimidating, but she's got a front on her, and that's well, I don't know you guys getting deep, but that's like a defense mechanism, surely, because
Yeah.
of just her lifestyle.
It is. And I think the good thing is that they helped us explore her life and we see why she's like that. because
Mm.
this girl's family like neglected her.
Mhm.
They tried to they got kicked out of school, remember? And see, like her brother came selling drugs at the school prom or whatever it was.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know. I feel like I was kind of a fan of her and Jackson, though.
Was you?
Yeah, I'll tell you why, right? You think that because Maeve is a fronter, right? Jackson is also a fronter. Because let's be honest, Jackson was going through it. Like, he had a lot of pressures on him from his parents, from like a whole I'm the man in school perspective. He had a lot. And, you know, he kind of had to juggle all of that and keep up appearances. Little did you know he's like suffering inside.
The thing is, yeah, he clocked as well early that Otis was feeling Maeve. Then he clocked that Maeve was feeling Otis in the end, even though she didn't really know that she was. Do you know what I mean? For him, it was just a stressful time, innit? I mean, someone who's expected to perform continuously in swimming, that's what he did, swimming, innit?
Yeah.
For the school. Pressure all the time. And then one of his mums is like his coach, who's just on his case, like stress.
I think Maeve made him feel normal. And I think that's why he also liked being with Maeve, because he kind of was just a normal person with Maeve. He wasn't the athlete. He wasn't, do you know what I mean? He didn't have all those pressures.
Wait, who? Jackson or Otis?
Jackson. So Jackson felt normal when he was with Maeve, because she was just a normal girl. She wasn't popular. You know, she's just normal. And I think she made him feel normal and kind of allowed him to escape from, I don't know, just from the whole swimming and the whole thing. And I think, but the one thing I did notice that once they kind of split, you notice how he just kind of went down. It just went downhill for him in season 2. Like it just went. That's when he decided to hurt his. Was it his arm or something?
His hand. He put his hand between weights in the gym to prevent himself from swimming. In it, he didn't want to swim.
But that's mad. Like, you just slam it in a car door. Instead, you're slamming it between weights, bro.
All right, listen. I have put my fingers in a car door. Yeah, it's not great. I don't advise anyone to do that.
Yeah, but come on, it's either that or wait. Like, I've all right. Quick little story. Yeah, obviously, I've slammed my thumb in a car door, and my whole thumbnail came off. Yeah, I had no nail on my thumb. However, I can tell you now. Yeah, I've had a weight drop on my foot. I would much prefer a car door. Much prefer a car door.
Listen. I mean, I hear you. Sorry, little side story as well. But when I shut my fingers in the car, it was my granddad's car, and my granddad's deaf, and he started driving off. So therefore, I was running along with the car with my hand in the car door, banging on the window, saying, "Granddad, stop the car!" Do you know what I'm saying?
So look out the window.
These times he clocked me and took me to the hospital. It was peak, bro.
Oh no. Nah. Do you know what? I think Jackson would have taken any of these options, you know, because he just wanted a way out.
Exactly. Yeah. He didn't care. He just needed a quick route.
It's good that they had that conversation going, because honestly, when you're young and you feel like the world is like the weight of the world on your shoulders, sometimes you just want to I think he wanted that temporary break to just explore doing other things and having fun in other things. So I mean, it was a painful way of doing it, but his mum is on his back. Like,
I think in the end it was good for him. Like, although I wouldn't advise anyone to put weights on their hands. Disclaimer for that.
Don't do it.
But
don't do it.
I think overall, like, we see that he was able to do something different and actually find out that he actually liked other things, and he actually felt normal, and he had to have, he had that conversation with his mom. And I think overall, I think it was good. And I think he got to also meet other classmates that he probably wouldn't have met when he was doing the drama.
True.
Like Lily, for example, he would, like, him and Lily would never cross paths. But when they did that, that's how they met. So, yeah.
Shout out to Lily, though. We love Lily. Sorry, just want to say a quick shout out to Lily.
Hold on. Lily. So rewind a little. Lily was actually one of Otis and Maeve's clients at the beginning. and that's how we got introduced to her, innit?
Yeah.
So her problem was a very reasonably simple problem, which was that she just wanted to lose her virginity.
Yeah, she was desperate. Like,
So she was trying to everyone. So she went to Otis's home, and then she just got naked.
Otis had a panic attack, bruv.
Yeah, he was like,
His mum had to come in the room.
"Oh yes, oh that's so peak."
So Lily, yeah, she poor thing. Like, she really, really tried, and the moment she was about to, she found out she had an issue of her. Like, she mentally wanted it, but her body physically wouldn't do it.
Hold on, did she try with Eric as well?
Yeah, she did. She tried with
Yeah.
Eric. Remember? And Eric was like, I'm
Yeah.
gay. And he was just like,
Eric laughed at her. He was like, "Oh, whoa." He was like, "I'm gay," like, and she was like, "Oh, really? Yes. Oh,
you still tried though, innit?
okay, yeah." She was just trying everyone, man.
Wanted it, man.
I think when she realized, there was a problem. I think it was near the end of season 1,
Yeah.
and she approached that guy at the dance, and he was like growling at her, and
The starchy breast
growling,
milk.
growling at her, and she was like, like, I was like, right, okay. And then like there was because she's got some weird fetishes of like tentacles and aliens and things, and if they was dressed up as something dodgy from Star Trek or something, I don't know. And then they was about to do it, and she started freaking out, and she was in pain, and yeah, she was. What was it, Kane? She was realizing that her body was just
Her
not on
body
it.
wouldn't let her do it.
Mm.
Yeah, but that's when we found out Otis was really into the job. Like, he was doing research.
Yeah, it's
And
true.
he tried to give her answers. But you know, season 2 was a big journey for Lily as well, I think, because somebody fell in love with her, and well, I don't want to say love, but somebody was there for her and like wanted to work through it, and I think she kind of got there.
Yeah. And I guess that kind of leads us into, as you said, Lily finds someone, but I think it was quite questionable because I don't know if she realized if she liked her back at that time. It was kind of like a friendship thing with Ola.
Mhm.
And I think Ola was kind of, I think it was just a different perspective for her. I don't think she ever thought I could like my friend like that. I don't know. It was just, to be fair, I was quite surprised when Ola kissed her. I'm not going to lie. I'm like, right, okay.
It's just
Is this
yeah.
the route? Like, do you know, right, okay, cool. But I think even like talking about Ola, because how we're introduced to her is she is it Jakob's daughter?
My
the repair
And
man.
Jakob comes to fix something in Otis's mum's house, which is Jean. And that's how we get introduced to Jakob and also Ola. And then we kind of see the whole blossom of, I guess, Ola and potentially Otis at the end of season 1.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, it's a bit wild.
I always felt like that was forced. Like I always felt like Ola and Otis was just forced. But along with that, it's just weird. Like because obviously going into the season 2, Ola and Otis they're doing their thing, but Jakob and Otis's mum Jean they start doing the thing. And that is when like the situation gets a bit wild because how did they clock it again?
Well, Ola and Otis were gonna do it for the first time, and then was there noise or something like that? And then they go downstairs, and it's Otis's mum and Ola's dad
On the sofa, right?
Yeah, and then I think they start screaming, and then yeah, it's mad. I think that's how it went.
I think so. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure Otis. They just walked in on him, and he just like freaking out, and he walked out the house. And I think, to be fair, Ola was quite cool about it, but he
Yeah.
was a bit. I think for him, because he's an awkward person, he's like, bro, I'm finally like cracking on with a girl who likes me, and you're potentially gonna mess this up. Do you get what I mean? But I mean, obviously, he was liking Maeve at the beginning, yeah. So he decided that it's a myth between him and Maeve, and I think the business started flopping. There was politicals to go on saying, and then like she was too busy with Jackson. So yeah, as you said, Joel, he tried to flop it for Jackson because Jackson approached him and was like, I'll pay you to help me give advice of how to get with Maeve because you know Maeve the best. So he was like, And even Eric was like, use this as your advantage because Eric knew that he was feeling Maeve too. And then he was like, all right, cool. Be romantic. Be this guy that everything that she's always cussed. But it just showed that really she is deep down that girl who does like a bit of romance because that's when he started singing in school. And then she was like, yeah. And that was it. That's when it became an item, innit? So he was like, you know what, whatever. And that's when obviously we lead on to how he then clocked that Jackson started clocking that May started liking him and but we'll get to that. But how would you feel if you walked into the canteen? My guy's on the table singing how much he loves a girl. Do you know what I mean? What was it? I can't remember what was the song. Some bait song, was it? It wasn't Buttercup, was it? Why do you build me up? No, it wasn't that one, was it? What was it?
Do you know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. If I saw someone like Jackson on the table singing like that, I'd be like, and you know the ones where you think is he singing to me? Like I'd be looking around like, oh, like who's he singing to? That's nice. And then he points at her at one point, and I'd be like, that's for me. That is so embarrassing. I don't know. For me, I'm kind of like,
walk out.
I get quite shy, so that would be embarrassing. Like I would be like,
But girls, let me ask you. Come on, some guy, popular guy, good looking, he stuck it on you. You can't just walk away. Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna do? Would you discreetly deny him?
Nah, if I was like 17 and that happened, I think I'd cry, because I don't think I would have liked that. And everyone's phones are out and everyone's staring at you. I think I'd cry.
do you know what it reminds me of? You know when you in America when they do prom, and
Yeah,
they
the
sing,
prom
and they
poses.
repeat,
Get
that's what it
out.
reminds me of.
Get
Nah,
out.
I can't.
No.
That's not for me.
Yeah, but I mean, it worked for Maeve, so hey.
But I mean, Eric, guys.
Listen, I feel like we haven't given him enough. Let's talk about Eric because I feel like we haven't given him his justice. For me, I really like what they did with Eric because I feel like that they showed his whole journey of his family kind of like learning to accept who he is and his sexuality. On top of that, obviously, there were times where he wore makeup. There were times where he dressed up because they were going to a party and all that. And obviously, Otis snaked him. And then, unfortunately, he got beaten up by some homophobic pricks. But yeah, that was that. But the thing that I like about Eric is he stands strong. Like, no matter what happens, even with Adam. So, yeah, we spoke about earlier, Adam was obviously with Amy, but Adam was like, well, I don't know if is he gay or is he bisexual?
He's bi. I think he's bi because he was looking at the man and the woman. That time.
No, he's gay.
Huh?
He's gay.
I think he's bisexual.
Oh, really?
Oh, he's bi.
I tell you why he's gay, right? One, his original problem was that he couldn't bust. Don't forget his girl's supposed to be paying as well, right? Two, when he was trying to get himself off, he was contemplating whether to look at the man or look at the woman on the picture on the wall, and then he ended up just looking at the man, and that's how he managed to bust. Three, as you're about to mention, he moved to the whole reason why he was a bit of a knobhead to Eric was because he was feeling Eric. Do you get what I mean? And in the end, he moved to him. Do you get what I mean? So he's gay.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, with all those points,
Yeah.
I have to agree with you there. Like, that's straight facts. Straight facts. And the thing is, I like how Eric handled that because Adam done that whole typical story where you hear, oh, yeah, when you're young, if someone bullies you, it means they fancy you. Yeah, that's what Adam was doing, all that nonsense. So Eric wasn't having it. And then the scene that really caught me off guard, them men are in detention and they're brawling, like actual fist-to-face brawling. Then they start lip-syncing.
Oh, I allow it.
Like no one can just walk in any moment, any second, any day.
For real.
Like
Hold on. Let's just clarify what actually happened. Yeah. So you're right, Joe. They were brawling. They were pushing each other into the drum sets, and that it was a madness. I think Eric then spat in his face.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? and like he pinned him down on the floor, and then, bro, it was like one of those typical The Notebook kind of scenes where they have a moment and they just stare at each other's eyes. But I think Eric was more like, bro, why are you looking at me? And then and I kissed him. I was like, raw. Listen, I don't think no one saw that coming.
I
I
did.
don't think no one
I
saw
know
that
Eric
coming.
didn't.
I think, yeah. Personally, I think I knew that he liked him from the way he was beating him up.
Nah.
But I didn't think in that moment that's what was going to happen. But I knew that he liked him.
Well, maybe what? Not on a romantic way, though. Like, maybe he did like him, but didn't want to be seen as liking him as a person.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I did not feel like he was feeling him in that way. Bro, one of the first scenes in the whole show, he was smashing his girl doggy style. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't going to be thinking, yeah, he's going to be moving to Eric later on. Do you know what I'm saying? But then what did he do? He moved from his lips down. Do you know what I mean? He went down. I was like, no. So, yeah, I think Eric was happy after that.
Yeah, he was confused. And I think he used that as an excuse to be like, oh, this is why he was beating me up. And then he just sympathized with Adam. But it's a complicated relationship because we learned that he's like, Adam's just jealous of the freedom and free spirit that he what's his face? That Eric has. So, and especially because his dad's a friggin' bully. Like, he bullies him at home, bullies him at school.
That's an arsehole.
And then Eric and his dad, they have an understanding, and his dad just wants to protect him from the way people are going to treat him. So we learned that, and I think it's important that they showed that journey, but who knows what's next for them.
So hold on, all this happened, yeah, after Otis did a madness at the party, got waved, lost his girl Ola, she went off, lost Maeve, and obviously that guy in the wheelchair was there too, just whispering nonsense in Maeve's ear, causing more problems for Otis. That guy, listen, no one likes him. Do you know what I mean? He's hated because the way he was just messing things up for Otis and that. Listen, I just think the guy's out of order, bro. He needs a little
He is
ear
out of
flick.
order.
Yeah. I want to see what happens because remember at the end of season 2, doesn't Otis text or call Maeve and he deletes the message?
Yeah, he gave her a nice apology.
I would like to see what's going to happen with that now because obviously tutus, we know that's going to get exposed. So it's just how it's going to get exposed. That's what I'm going to be interested about.
We hope it gets exposed.
I hope.
So the thing is, right, with this guy in the wheelchair, he's smart, yeah, because obviously he's a cheeky guy. Like, he's a cheeky guy. And he does, where he knows that obviously he's in the wheelchair, he uses that as well against Maeve. And the way how he finesses Maeve, I don't know how you lot say that Maeve didn't clock. Like, how do you not clock it? This guy is on your case 24/7. Oh, am I coming to the party then? And well, I'm going to come to your... Bro, this guy's always got something. Like, he's always trying to spend time with me.
True. This Isaac Ute, he is some demon, fam. How is he... he snitch on Maeve's mum?
He was watching her like a hawk.
Exactly.
He had Maeve thinking that her mum's back on drugs, so she called the child services and they took away her little sister. But it turns out her mum was clean. She
remember she was crying.
But she still had the drugs, though.
Yeah, but she didn't take it. I think if there was a conversation, it would have went differently, but that wouldn't make good TV in it. So
it's peak. Like, not being funny, like, I don't know, it's difficult really, and people go through different things, but she's come back, tried to make amends with Maeve. She's got a little daughter and she's too busy around drugs and stuff. It's peak. But to be fair, this gets on to what I wanted to say. Overall, the reason sex education is funny and everything, and it's jokes, but it touches a lot of moments in people's life that people can relate to from a youth perspective. And it's like a different version of like Skins from back in the day on like E4. Do you know what I mean? Like, even Amy, like, she has a very privileged life, but a little bit naive in some areas, and she had a difficulty in that episode, wasn't she, when she got sexually abused on the bus. And then I think it was very strong it was a strong movement of where all the girls backed her. Maeve especially supported her as her best friend to go to the police, and then and yeah, they supported her and backed her, and that kind of unified all those individual girls that may not necessarily unify in other circumstances.
Mhm.
Do you get what I'm saying? And then like also season 1, we forgot like Maeve had an abortion, bruv.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like there were some real things. So overall, like sex education's jokes, but it's deep at the same time because we can relate, you know.
Yeah, I think something to agree on is that they normalize things. They don't make it a massive deal. Like today's episode is about she got sexually harassed and that's it. Like it's normalized and it showed that it's developing. Like she can't get on the bus. Every time she steps on the bus, she sees the guy, and it's like it's good that she had that that unity in that one episode. All the girls that hate each other, unfortunately, came together because they've all had similar experiences. So I just like how it's all normalized.
So I really appreciate how they normalize things because it is everyday struggles. Like we don't know what people are going through, especially during that period of your life where you're kind of crossing over into that teen adult life where you're still finding yourself, and it touches on obviously just like, for example, Curtis. I always say Curtis. What's his name?
again?
Eric. I always call him Curtis. You know what? Anyway, there's someone called Curtis. You're on my mind, but I'll find you one day. But yeah, so Eric, him obviously being a young black gay man and having to come out to his family and be so bold with it. Then you've got like Adam, who can't come out or doesn't feel like he can come out. So it does touch on so many different things, and you've got the two mums that raise what's his name? Jackson. So you've got Jackson with two mums, but then you've also got the whole vision of Otis obviously growing up with his mum being a single parent, but still having his dad, and he's like, there's so many things in the show that so many of us can relate to. And I think it's so important to highlight how, like Kine said, they've normalized it and they haven't made it seem like, oh, if this has happened to you, then, you know, you're like one in a million. No, brother, it happens so often. And people are in all these situations. And the whole Amy situation, I appreciate how Maeve in particular pushed Amy to speak up about it. Because you get so many of these situations where girls think, oh yeah, like people are either going to think I'm chatting shit, or girls think, oh, like it's a minor, like I don't really need to talk about it. But it's only when Maeve prompted her to, look, you need to do something about it, that's when she started to deal with it. Because if you remember before, like Kinney was saying, she couldn't go on the bus. She would make a long walk instead of catching the bus. Do you know how long that is? And then on top of that, when she was out and about, she would see like flashbacks of the guy. So, and the fact that all the girls had her back, that was lit. So big up Section for that, because they're hitting these points that need to be discussed.
Yeah, so carrying on from what Jerry said, like even showing the whole single parent, like I think a good representative that a lot of people don't see is the single father. We've got Jakob and Ola. We haven't even mentioned that. Like just seeing that and the relationship between them as well was really good to see. And then also, like we also touched, I think all of us have touched on Adam and that whole finding yourself and finding out your sexuality and, you know, just the discovery phase. And yeah, I think it's literally, the title explains exactly what the show's about. It's sex education. It's educating us about sex, life, the whole bit. And that is what the show talks about. The show like touches on relationships, sexuality, all that kind of stuff. And I think it's really good. Like, although it's I think it's so funny, and like I definitely agree with Kinney, like it normalizes so many things and it does it on a light-hearted way. It teaches us, it educates us, but it does it in a fun way, and it kind of, we know that these things happen all the time. So yeah, so to round it up, who would you say is your favorite and least favorite character, Ben? Let's start off with you.
Right, pressure. Least favorite, easy. I would say is Mr. Groff. Favorite characters. Now, all the main ones, like I do like Adam. I do like Eric. I was about to say Curtis because you got out of my head now, Joel.
Shout out, Curtis.
But wherever you are. But I like the music teacher, bruv.
Love the music teacher.
Wait. The music teacher.
music
Oh,
I can't remember
Colin.
his name. Yeah, Colin. Big up, Colin.
I don't want to state the obvious because everybody knows I love Eric, but I actually like Jakob. Like, initially, I thought he was going to be what he isn't. Like, he's so nice. And even though he was settling up in the house really, really quickly with coins everywhere, I really liked him. I don't like Mr. Groff. I don't really like Adam either. I mean, I understand his pain and his journey, but it's not for me.
Oh, I think I have to agree with Kine there, to be honest, because Jakob is he's a straight shooter. So you see what you get with Jakob, and he's like he doesn't like to play games. He's just there. He does his thing. You don't know I don't like Adam, of course, but I'm gonna say Otis's dad. So obviously we haven't spoken much about Otis's dad, but I don't like him because he's just a fake, bro. Like he's a fronter. And the thing is as well with him, he doesn't own up to all his mistakes and all that. And he doesn't he just doesn't own it. And that's what I don't like about him. He's just a picture, like trying to paint a picture of how he thinks everything is. But what about yourself?
So I think like Kine, we all know Eric is one of my faves as well. But I will also say Maeve. I really like Maeve. She's one of my favorite characters. I just love the type of person she is. She's so I don't know. She seems so like frosty on the outside, but she's actually a really nice girl, and she's so smart. I don't know. She's just so loyal. I just love the kind of girl power that she had with Amy. So I think that's what kind of made me love her so much. I would say my least favorite character will probably be Adam's dad. I despise him. I do not like him. I don't like how he treated Adam's mom. While go on to yes, Adam's mom. Yeah, she's one of my faves as well. She became my fave at the end of season 2. But yeah. So to summarize, how would you sell it in like 3 words? Kine?
Educational, funny, and necessary.
Joey?
Relatable, inclusive, and sex. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm debating between the word sex and awkward. Yeah.
Ben?
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll.
Oh, all right. I would summarize it as funny, relatable, and heartfelt. I think that's
Nice.
how I summarize it. So yeah. So we've all been watching Sex Education, but what else have we been all watching? Joey?
At the minute, I am just about to finish Gangs of London. Yes, I know I'm a little bit late. But yeah, it's all right. If you haven't seen it, watch it. But I'm also in the middle of season 3 of Killing Eve, which I must admit, not what I expected. Like I smashed through the whole season 1, 2, now I'm on the 3rd. It really wasn't what I expected in terms of how the characters are and just in general what the show's about. So if you haven't, make sure you go check it out.
Ben?
I mean, I started watching Killing Eve from the beginning again because last time I watched it, I was pretty dazed on cocodamol from my operation. So I mean, it tripped me out a little bit. But yeah, I'm going over Killing Eve again. It's cool. I'm enjoying it. So yeah, hopefully I'll catch up and be up to date real soon.
Mhm.
You
I started watching a show on BBC called I May Destroy You, which
Right.
is a British TV show. I don't know if anyone ever watched Chewing Gum on Channel 4, but the girl that made that and stars in that made this and stars in this as well. It's pretty interesting. So we'll see how it goes. What are you watching, Kamara?
Yeah, so I just finished watching Insecure season. I can't remember season 4, season 3, but
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that was an. I think so, but yeah. So I've just finished watching that, and in the midst of that, I've also been watching The Last Dance. So yeah, so far so good. I guess that's the end of our second episode, guys. You've been listening to myself, Kamara, Ben, Kinney, and Joey.
Pew, pew, pew.
Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at the Binge Pod UK. Bye.